haven't even signed yet, but announcing the appointment of Dr. John Rubio as our new superintendent starting July 1. And he is here, and his family is here as well. So we're really glad, and we'll definitely give you that opportunity to speak as well. But we're really glad that you were all able to make it. You know, traffic is what it is. So, and we have a little one too. So, so cute, so awesome. So if perhaps if Dr. Rubio, if you could stand just so people can get a chance to see you. And now, because I want to get us through to the next piece of this, which is the approval of the contract for services, the board has been able to review that document, and you have it in front of us. So I'll just ask if there's a motion to accept, acknowledge, accept. Anyone jump out there?
So moved.
I'll second.
Any objections to that approval of the contract?
No.
None. Can I get a roll call, please?
Excuse me, President Rice.
Sure.
It may be appropriate to amend that motion to include the appointment of Dr. Rubio as the superintendent of
You know better
schools
than
and the
me.
contract for services.
First round for me. As many years, first time. So that amendment is there?
Yes, with that amendment,
All
I
right.
move.
All right.
And I'll
Miguel.
second.
Member Ash.
Yes.
Member Affelt.
Yes.
Member Dice.
Yes.
Member DeWin.
Yes.
Member Williams-Moeller.
Well, with that, welcome aboard. Thank you so much for being here this evening. And as is planned is to have a reception following. I would, if you could now, maybe just come up and introduce yourself and give a little bit about who you are and what you bring to the district before I actually go back to the board on one other additional item. So, thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is John Rubio, and I have been working the last few years in Santa Cruz. I left there today about 3:40, so I thought it would go a little bit better for me. It didn't go quite as I planned. First of all, I just want to say a couple things. One is I want to say thank you, because there was, my understanding is that there were, in the group of applicants for the position, there was a lot of talent, a lot of really skilled people, and it was a very rigorous process, definitely the most rigorous process I've ever been through. A team of people came from here down to my district and interviewed 25 people about me, and that was interesting. I've never been through that, so that was very interesting. But I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you, one, to the applicants. Again, it was a very talented pool of applicants. I want to say thank you to the parents and the community members and the local officials who were involved in the process. I want to say thank you to the teachers, and I want to say thank you to the board, and I want to say thank you particularly to the union leadership on both the certificated and classified side for having participated in my selection for the school district. I appreciate the vote of confidence so far. I appreciate really the meetings we've had so far and getting to know one another, and I'm very excited to be here. My work for me is family. You're meeting my family tonight, and I think we're going to become a great family. I think we're going to have a lot of positive, great days working together. As a family, we'll have days that are rough sometimes, but I think as a family, we're going to work through those as well. And that's how I treat my work, and I think that's one of the reasons I was selected for the position. So I'm very much looking forward to working with all of you, and I'm very glad to be here tonight.
Great.
Yeah, so thank you.
Great.
Again.
Thank you.
So in the spirit of family, board members, I'm asking for authorization to execute a side letter agreement for transition days that Dr. Rubio will be available to the district in actually May, June to facilitate his transition and work with Dr. Sugiyama at a per diem rate not to exceed 30 days. And if that's okay, I'd like to get an indication from the board to execute that. All right.
Just to clarify, the per diem date is
based on the contract that
Mhm.
we just approved and
Mhm.
just divided by days.
Right.
Got it. Yeah. Works for me.
Okay, shall we, yeah, let's do that. Let's just be, since
I
I'm
will-
always, I could always be wrong on a lot of
I
things,
will,
but let's
I will
get this one
move
right.
to approve that.
Thank you. Do I get a second for that one?
Yeah, I think that we're lucky to be able to have Dr.
Absolutely.
Rubio around and get to know the teachers and the staff and the community. So I will second the motion.
Great. Any objections to that? Thank you. Thank you. So he will be in the place. He will be here, and we really appreciate that you have that flexibility, and will be available to the district and starting sooner than the July 1. So I think everybody will appreciate that. And so with that, we're actually going to have a recess to have a small reception to allow everyone to get a chance to meet Dr. Rubio and his family, who's all sitting there looking really cute. And so with that, we'll go into recess.
President Dice, maybe
Sure.
it would be nice if Dr. Rubio introduced his family.
You know what, Kasuyama, you take care of me. Thank you.
You need a mic. Get your mic.
Emeryville's cameras.
Yeah. Gonna promote the whole family here.
My wife, I think, is somewhere in the hallway. We'll be back in, I hope. And she's with my daughter, our daughter Mia. And my daughter Isabella is a 9th grade student, straight A student, I might add, and better keep those A's coming, Dad says. And my son Robert, wave Robert, say hi. Thank you. Robert is a 2nd grader at Chinese Immersion School, which is a public school in San Francisco, where my daughter also graduated. So she's fluent in Chinese, if you care to speak to her in Chinese, in Cantonese and Mandarin, and Robert is finishing at the same school, which is the K-8. So I'm very glad they're here, and that my wife Aya is here. And is she there? Is she hiding? No? Okay. All right, just checking. Okay. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you again, so thank you.
And member, or
Sure, please.
yeah, if I could just give you a little bit of background. You can have a seat. I just wanted to let folks know a little bit about your background. We're gonna recess, and they can talk to you more. But Dr. Rubio has a PhD from UCLA in education, and has been a classroom teacher in inner city schools in Compton, and then came to San Francisco Unified, where he spent, I don't have the exact years, 15, 20 years, as a principal at 2 different schools, and then worked as the sort of one of the chief technology people in the district office. From there, he went to his current position, where he's the assistant superintendent at Live Oak down in Santa Cruz, a K-8 district, which also has a high school in it. And he's this head of curriculum instruction down there. So he brings to us a wealth of knowledge and experience, being a principal, a teacher, instituting the Common Core down in Live Oak, doing technology, and we're very interested, as you know, in expanding our technology thrust here. He's also bilingual and speaks Spanish, and very much look forward to his improving our parent engagement with our monolingual Spanish-speaking community as well. So that's Dr. Rubio in a nutshell, and I'm sure you'll learn a lot more about him.
Thank you. Thank you. So we're at recess. Because, you know what? Start with item J, reports. Do we have a member from CSEA? Member from ETA? Good evening.
Here we go with the mic. You know, I hate fooling.
Oh, the mic, no.
Good evening, board members. Can you guys hear me? Am I coming through? Maybe you should take it off. It's on? Yes. Okay, so Dawn Turner, president of Emery Teachers Association. I don't have a lot to report to you guys, but I'd like to officially, on behalf of ETA, welcome Dr. Rubio to our family. Welcome. We look forward to working with you, and we feel that it will be a very smooth transition with Dr. Sugiyama sticking around. One last item, I'd like to thank the board for putting in place John Quinn and John Sugiyama. We felt that it was a good process and that we had two people we can trust. And so that was huge for us, and we appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Turner. Do we have a representative from Annie Yates PTO? Annie Yates School Site Council, SSC?